What you are looking at here is your brain and your brain's representation of your body. And this is part 2 of nociplastic pain. This is your brain as if you were cut right across the crown of your head, where a headband would go, and then again, straight down the center from front to back. And this is your brain sort of map of your body. Just as you see laid across here, there's specific parts of your brain that are dedicated toward all these different body parts. And really you have 2 of these maps of your body and your brain. You have one that's there for incoming sensation, and then one that's there to execute on motor function. So let's say that you've had low back pain for quite a long time. What can happen is the boundary between one part of your low back and the next, or your low back and your hips, or your low back and your upper back, your low back and your side body, is that boundary gets what we call smudged. When smudging happens in the sensory part of the map, the primary somatosensory cortex, you are not as good at detecting where incoming stimulus is coming from, and also not as good at detecting what exactly that stimulus is. On the flip side of that, when smudging occurs in the primary motor cortex, you're not going to be as coordinated when you're trying to produce movement. This can lead to pain covering a greater surface area than it otherwise might. And it can also lead to your motor function not being as optimal as it otherwise might be. Physical therapists have ways to assess whether or not cortical smudging has likely taken place, and we also have ways to treat it. And remember that the good news is that this is plastic. It can change, hence the name nociplastic. You smudged in the first place, you can absolutely unsmudge. And if nociplastic sounds like absolute gibberish to you, just a reminder, go back and watch my previous videos on pain mechanisms.